After a frantic escape from Castle Farine, where the friendly orcs came under attack by a powerful horde of undead, the Graveland survivors continued their journey toward Grayce, traversing an ancient battlefield where they encountered a large, brutal zombie, and later a swampy morass filled with quicksand and a lurking aquatic ghoul. Surprisingly, Seivis' attempts at diplomacy, or perhaps the party's avoidance of the quicksand, caused the ghoul to retreat back underwater and ignore the group of passing prey. If fear from leaving the castle has given way to a feeling of hope among the survivors, surely Grayce must be close now. Bao remembers traders talking about a bridge over the river, and then you're there. And up ahead, a bridge. Yet something has been following the group. Barely visible, barely observed. Is it friend or foe? And welcome back, everyone. I will apologize for missing last week. Thank you for your understanding. I was quite sick. But now we are back, and what is the party going to do?
I think Korro's gonna start off by trying to patch up Kennick and Edith. So he's gonna wait over this. You said we're at a bridge.
Yeah, you're not on this map. I'll move you to the new map, but again, you could have treated wounds on the way over there is really what's happening. It's a couple hours journey you still would have. Let me just put you on a new map.
So that is for Edith, and then this is for Kennick. It's not much, but once we get ourselves situated somewhere, we'll be able to treat you better.
Thank you, friend. Thane, are we cognizant of this thing that is following us?
You've heard about it from the orcs. They mentioned something was chasing you, and I believe one of you spotted it last session very, very briefly while you were, I think, engaged in combat with the giant zombie. You saw something in the distance watching you that then ducked out of sight.
I think it was Edith that saw it, no?
I think so.
I think the state of this bridge and the fact that it is a natural choke point, I think Kennick is going to feel a little nervous about crossing it without knowing what's around. So he would like to do a perception check, perhaps, to see if he can spot anything that is maybe still following us or anything else that's around that might try to take advantage of us while we cross the bridge.
Sure, you can give me a perception check. Yeah, you notice a couple of things. One, you did see whatever is behind you. You're guessing it's maybe 300 feet back, but you saw it move from tree to tree, and it's keeping an eye on you. You didn't see what it was. It does seem to know its job. You can tell it's not just an animal. This is some sort of intelligent creature that is stalking you, following you. It never piled into an attack, which you'd think if it was completely evil or a foe, it would have maybe taken advantage of some of your moments of when the party was in bad shape and needing patching up. But you also think if it was truly a friend, it probably would have called out by now. So you're not sure what to expect. Additionally, you see some movement on the top of this cliff, kind of across the chasm from where you are. You can't make out what's over there, but there's something there.
Kennick will point that out to everyone and say, perhaps we should be very careful as we cross this bridge. Anything that's up there will definitely have line of sight on us.
Some of our better folks at crafting should see if the bridge is stable before we put any weight on it.
Yes, that's a very good idea, actually.
I can assist.
I can too. I think, actually, who has the best crafting here?
I thought it might be you.
Yeah, I think it might be.
In the meantime, how are our followers doing?
Well,
they're all still with you. As I said, they're getting excited. They heard that a bridge was the last thing on the way, the last waypoint on the way to Grayce. So they think they're there, and you're almost having to hold them back now that you're feeling cautious about this bridge. They're like, we should just go. We're almost there. And once we're across the river, wait, but this isn't the river. But still, once we're across the bridge, we'll be there. We'll be safe.
Well, let's all just hold on. We have to make sure this is the right bridge. It's not the only bridge in existence. And he'll start walking up slowly with keeping Kennick's warning in mind. And he and Edith have the highest crafting, so I guess we will do it.
Kennick can assist you.
Okay.
Or attempt to assist. Let me get that aid roll going.
Aid is a circumstance bonus, right?
I think so.
Just made it.
Yeah, so Kennick is aiding, and who is doing the primary role here? Was it Edith? You want me to roll for her?
I'll do it.
You're doing it. Great.
Edith, yeah. Even though I want that GM luck.
It is circumstance.
Okay. So +1.
You think the bridge has definitely seen better days. You think if you have more than one person on it at a time, it might collapse. You think if you move across it quickly, it also might have some issues. You're pretty sure if you move across it, 5 feet at a time, if you just step across it 1% at a time, you think you'd be fine. Anything faster than that, it's going to start swaying, and you don't know when it would collapse. It wouldn't be instantly, you don't think, but you think it has some amount of risk.
What about smaller creatures?
You think a smaller creature can get across it no trouble.
Perhaps Seivis, if you want to be on the other side for some of our gentler folk to cross, so that we have some of our combatants on either side.
Yeah, that might be best with Seivis going into pest form and crossing quickly.
Sure, go right ahead if that's what you want to do.
Right. Yeah.
And then we'll pick
Just-
some random NPCs to also
I think
slowly cross.
if Seivis gets across and doesn't encounter any problems, Kennick will follow so that he can kind of serve as a bulwark if anything does come down from the top of this hill at us, and we can have Edith anchor the other side,
Yeah,
Okay.
I think that'd
and we'll
be
just shuffle the non-combatants over.
So put yourself halfway across,
Working
and
on it.
we will be rolling initiative then. They'll make you halfway across. That looks one more. There you go. I'll pause right there while I get everything set up. So the three of you can roll into initiative.
Oh, perfect.
I will roll for Edith. Okay, I see everyone rolled. Okay, Seivis, you are up first. I'm going to say they were not being stealthy at this point, and that's what's triggered it. So you have seen 3 skeletons wearing armor and holding bows pop up behind those rocks. Share some artwork. Pretty obvious skeletons in some, it looks like maybe scale mail armor, holding bows and rancers, it looks like. And they've popped up above the rocks on this hillside, and they are aiming at Kennick. What would you like to do here, Seivis?
Well, first Seivis is going to spend an action to get rid of to exit the tiny form, and then I believe it's the point out action. I don't have it on this sheet, but I
Sure.
can grab it real quick.
Yep. I'm going to say you don't even need to use point out. They were not being stealthy. They just stood up when Kennick was halfway across, and that's what triggered combat. So you don't need to point them out
Okay.
to other people.
Okay. She's definitely going to yell out a warning, though. And is this rock right here close enough, or large enough for her to hide behind?
I would say if you're adjacent to it, yes.
All right.
So move
Then
up
she'll
there and
head
then
up
take
there
cover.
and take cover. Yeah.
Okay. Edith. Great. Let's see. My first turn playing Edith. Edith has no ranged capabilities at all. Okay. I think Edith is going to delay, I guess, until Kennick is off the bridge. One of the skeletons is up next, and as stated, is going to shoot at Kennick. Yes. Natural 20. What a start as the GM.
Oof.
All right, that's what I'm here for, to pull all the natural 20s out.
So an arrow comes streaking from this bluff and slams into Kennick as he's crossing the bridge for 13 points of damage.
Can I use shield block on that?
You can,
Well, it could have been worse.
Let me look at my shield.
because I assume you were still defending. That's always been your default, so you can definitely do that.
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and shield block that, so I don't need to fall prone on the bridge.
And it will then take a second shot. There's no reason why it wouldn't. And that will miss. And a third shot. That will miss as well. So its first shot seemed like maybe it spent more time lining up the shot, waiting for the ambush, and then all the rest it's just firing madly and getting nowhere close to Kennick. Up next is another one, and it's going to do the same thing. It sees someone on the bridge, and it's going to attack someone on the bridge. Natural 1. That's a great start. So, total of 6 arrows have come flying out of this bluff toward Kennick. 1 hit, and the other 5 all missed. It is now Korro's turn.
All right, it's a little tricky. So I know you mentioned we'd have to step onto this bridge, so that would be 3 actions each time to avoid it.
To avoid
Kind of
triggering what you're
collapsing.
worried about, yes.
Okay,
You also think if there's more than one person on at a time, it might trigger as well.
not gonna do that yet. So he's going to move. What's my speed again? He's going to move, and none of these guys are in range yet. I guess this one. I will try a divine lance on one of those guys,
It's a critical hit.
and that'll need to be doubled. And that is all of his actions for this round.
Okay, your bolt of holy energy goes flying across the chasm, slams into one of these. It does seem like, I mean, it hurts it as much as you think, but it doesn't look like it's, highly damaged. You think it still has a lot of unlife left in it. The one in the rear is up next. I'm going to say it needs to move somewhere to be able to see what's happening. I guess you could see Korro from here, but it was not the one that's attacked, and they seem like they are ordered to defend the bridge. So he's going to one action stride up here to be able to see Kennick, and then 2 shots. That will hit with a 21 against AC. Not a crit, though, for 4 points of damage, and the second shot will miss. And Kennick, it is your turn. What are you choosing to do?
Okay, so in order to get across this bridge without collapsing it, I have to step. So it's going to be 3 actions to not even be off the bridge.
As I said, you know that if you move more than 10, if you stride more than 10 feet, the bridge is going to start swaying. Whether or not it collapses when that happens, you don't think it's guaranteed, but you think it might make you clumsy, you might fall prone, so it's a gamble. You could, if you just do 3 steps for 15 feet, that is totally safe. But if you think you need to do more in your turn, you have a little bit of a pressure luck situation.
Okay. All right. Well, we'll start with a step.
Okay.
Gonna actually select the token. Okay. Second step, and then I'm gonna use a third action to actually move off the bridge.
Okay. I will still need a reflex save from you as the bridge begins swaying, as you start accelerating off of it, and you will fall prone off the bridge. Like you started to run, the bridge is swaying underneath you, you kind of jump to clear the bridge, you land on the ground, but you're prone.
So like right here?
Yes. Perfect. And then, so that was step, and a run, land prone. Okay.
Yep.
I will mark you prone here.
I got it.
Oh, thank you. And now we'll have Edith come out of delay. And, what is Edith going to do? I think she is likely to gamble on getting across the bridge fast. I think I'm going to have her, do a long jump. So a stride, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. And then a leap from there. That's all one action, but we'll have her do the save. I think it makes sense right now. I am also going to let her finish the leap, but it is going to collapse the bridge at this point. We'll see how far she gets on her leap is the important bit, though. Oh, no.
Oh, no.
So 10 feet. So she lands there, is prone, and the bridge is going to collapse underneath.
Is that a situation where she might use a hero point?
Or the grab an edge reaction?
I was just going to go for the grab an edge is what I was going to go with rather than a hero point. No. So she is going to have fallen down 10 feet, or 20 feet, I mean. And falling damage is half the distance, I believe. So 10 points of damage.
That sounds right.
Okay. And she has one action left. She's going to stand up. Top of the round, Seivis.
I think it might be a bit early, but it's probably for the best if I go right here and start electric arcing. I'm stepping out of cover, but hopefully that won't matter too much. I'll get the one on the left and the middle with electric arc.
Sure. So we have what looks like a success and a failure. Let's see, the success is the one that was uninjured. So it's going to take half. It takes no damage. And the one that was already injured takes full. Takes a little bit. You can tell that the electricity doesn't seem to hurt them as much as you had hoped. It seems like it maybe grounds itself off of their metal armor into the ground, and just the bones themselves don't seem to be conductive, and it's not the best choice against them.
How disappointing.
And up next is the center one that you just shot at. And let's see. I'm going to say they can't see Edith. Kennick is not on the bridge. It is going to switch to its glaive, and it's going to start moving down to you all. So it moves to there. It has the glaive out. It then seems to kind of get into a little bit of a... You're not sure what it's doing. It seems like it's preparing to attack anyone who comes close to it. You don't think it's exactly that, but it seems like it's kind of controlling space with its glaive around its location, defending the other ones up on the hillside. And the other one is going to do the exact same thing. Switch to glaive, move down the hill, and also enter a more defensive stance. Korro, you can still see this one and this one, I think. You can't see the one that you hit last time with the Divine Lance from where you are.
And seeing that they haven't kept peppering with arrows. He's going to use this as an opportunity to use a spell shape to reach spell and cast a 2-action heal, first rank on Kennick. Healing Hands is back on.
Nice, 12 points of healing.
And he's going to say it seems like they are somewhat standing down, so let's just try to get our bearings before we rush them.
And the third one is also going to switch to the glaive. And it makes a wall here. It feels like it's defending access to this hillside. Kennick.
Okay,
Weird hill to defend so thoroughly.
First thing he's going to do is stand up, and then I think he'll just move up to be next to Seivis, and then raise his shield.
Okay.
I still can't do, so we'll have to just remember that I get a +1 from it for now.
Edith is up next. She's going to have to start climbing. So here we go. Well, that's good. That's going to get her, I believe, 10 feet up in the first action. There we go. And second action, more climbing. Does not fall, does not make progress. And third action, climbing. I think she'll hero point that one to avoid falling back to the bottom. 23. She's
There we go.
almost there. She's only, 5 feet down. There we go. Okay, and that was all of Edith's turn. Seivis.
I had a perfect return planned out for this round, and then it fell apart. Just barely. But I'll go ahead and target the one in back with the needle darts. Maybe it'll do better than electric arc.
Just misses. You see your dart kind of land in their armor and just lose its momentum and kind of just drop off to the ground.
And I think I'm going to stay right here.
Okay, no third action.
Or actually, no, I'm going to step back behind Kennick.
Okay. First one is going to start approaching toward Kennick. Let's see. I think it's going to go around the tree a little. So let's see. 5, 10, 15. 5, 10, 15, 25. And from there, with reach, it can attack Kennick. So the glaive is going to come striking out, sweeping at flavorfully at Kennick's legs. It's not actually trying to trip you. And with a 23 against AC, it will hit you with the glaive for 6 points of damage. It then gets back into that same posture where it feels like it's prepared to deal with anyone who's advancing toward it. The one in back is going to also, this one's not going to have enough actions. It's moving around the tree. It's going to make one swipe at Kennick. Also a 23 to hit, 24 this time. But also hits Kennick for another 6 points of damage. And it does not have any actions left to do anything else fancy. Korro, you're seeing Kennick get, I guess you probably don't see Kennick through that rock, but you've seen at least the one closest to you swing at someone there. And you saw Korro go around that rock. So you know Korro is getting attacked.
You mean?
Sorry, yes.
Yeah, I'm going to spell shape again because I don't think there's a limit that I know of.
I don't believe there is.
And he's going to Vitality Lash, this closer one that's right near the rock here. So I need a Fortitude save.
Okay. I was just putting a little bit of cover in so you can know where you can't see things.
Yeah, that's helpful. Thank you.
That is going to fail. That's
what we like to see.
And you see that one just crumble. The bones fall to a pile. They kind of turn to dust while just you hear a clatter as the glaive hits the ground and the jingle as the scale mail just kind of falls in a heap. Maybe you see the little helmet kind of go rolling around and fall into the chasm.
Whoever's getting stabbed behind that rock, stop doing it.
This one is going to walk right on top of its previous one. Going to target Kennick with the glaive again. Another hit. A little bit more damage this time. And then it does 8 points. Kennick is in bad shape. And then this one enters its kind of reactive stance. Kennick, what do you do at what looks like 1 or 2 HP?
Kennick is going to grab a healing potion off of his belt and use that for 2 actions.
You do know that might trigger their reactions that looks like they've been setting up.
All right, they have reach.
Could take a step.
It'd be the whole turn is the problem, but you could, yes.
I mean, I can't stay here. Can't just
Yep.
take more hits. Yeah, so, okay. Instead of that, Kennick is going to take a step to get out of reach and then move over to where Edith will be climbing up, and then pull the.
Probably more like here if you want.
I kind of want to
Okay,
be
that's
behind
fine.
Edith right
Yep,
now.
that's fine.
And then pull the healing potion out and have it ready for next turn. And while moving backwards, yell at Seivis to retreat back.
Okay. Edith is up next. Edith is going to keep trying to climb. Just needs one more success. And there it is. Edith is off the bridge. Back on the ground here. And it's still about half health. Looking around, I think she will move behind the rock here and is going to, let's see, the chain sword that she uses, what's its full deal? It also has reach, I believe, but not, it has reach, it has sweep, and it's still one-handed. I think at this point, she's going to raise the shield. Seivis.
Miss doesn't want to get back, though. She's in the perfect position
Okay. Seivis is going to tank for us.
to cast a 3-action heal.
Okay, yeah, that works. Let me move the dead
Oh,
one
now
out of the way.
Sorcerer's Potency is on. Oh,
Nice.
One
that kills
success,
both
one fail
Kennick
from them.
and Edith, too.
Yeah. Let's see. The success, this one's taking half. This one's taking whole. Okay. And I'll need to put the
It's
healing
my
on
turn.
Edith. Okay. Kennick, did you? Yeah, you took your healing. That's right. You were very low. Now you're only halfway. Well, this one is going to advance on Seivis, swinging once, natural 1. And then it also gets into its readied stance. Korro.
All right, he's going to keep going with what has been working. Another reach and a vitality lash on this one. This is the only one he can see from this angle. So another fortitude save, please.
Critical fail.
Oh,
And you have, I need to double that. You have evaporated another one. You hear the jingle as more metal falls to the ground and the bones are gone.
right. He's the aerial support from over here. So that's his turn.
Kennick,
Kennick will start by still using this healing potion.
good heal. 16 points.
And he will advance. No, first thing he's going to do actually is exploit vulnerability on this remaining skeleton.
Okay. That is a critical success. You know they don't have any innate weaknesses, though. But you do also know that was a recall knowledge, so that is going to be a critical success on that. What would you like to know about them?
Probably, what's this? I mean, I think I know, but what's this stance that they enter?
Yes, they are able to enter a stance that it's not a stance. They're able to spend an action to basically gain a reactive strike for the round.
Okay, and then
And you can get one more question. That was a critical success. So
well, I already know their resistances and immunities and weaknesses. Any input from the group here?
It's hard because we know they're undead. So it's like,
Yeah.
what else could we really?
Yeah.
so I will just share the resistances. I know you learned them, but just so the whole party knows, the resistance to cold, electricity, fire, piercing, and slashing. So you know all that. You know skeletons tend to be mindless undead that just follow some set of kind of more instinctive or possibly commanded orders. You do seem that these ones seem to be acting more like they have some military orders to defend the bridge, defend the hill, and it seems like they are acting on that set of orders more than anything else.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think there's
Lowest.
Low save?
Yeah, sure.
It is will, but you also know they are mindless. So you know that that's a place where it's hard to know if that is actionable information.
Okay, and then I think for my last action, or for his last action, Kennick is going to draw out the Drake
Okay.
from this thing so that hopefully Edith can get in there and finish it off.
It will swing at you. You do not have your shield raised, so I don't think you have it on.
But
so
I do get a bonus from Esoteric Warden,
Okay.
but that's already pre-calculated.
it hits you
Not
with a
gonna matter.
28. At least it wasn't a crit for 8 more points of damage. And it is now Edith's turn. And Edith can move to the flank and will try a vicious swing, as Edith likes to do. And with a 19, will hit. Chainsword comes swinging through this creature, doing 11 points of damage to it. As it only takes a little bit less, you do know it's, you want bludgeoning, and that's not what Edith does, but did some damage. It's looking pretty beat up. You see the leg bones are splintering and shattering a little bit. You do think you can, finish it off relatively easily soon. Seivis.
The question is, what can I do to actually deal enough damage to take it out? It resists every damage type I deal. I don't really have that many, honestly. Oh well. I think the best thing I can do is take a step back and throw a needle darts at it. I think that's the most likely to actually do some damage.
Okay.
Never mind.
Natural 1. Okay. It is up next. It is flanked. It is surrounded. Edith is closer to the hill. Edith gets the attack. 21 to hit, which will hit for 8 points of damage. It tries a second one. 19 will also hit for 6 more points. And it tries a third swing. Not going into its stance, it's hacking away. Someone has gotten through its defensive line, and it critically misses. Korro.
Okay, so looking at the map, this portion of the bridge is also fallen in, or is that still...
Just that middle
there?
kind of 10 by 10 in the very middle is what's collapsed.
Okay.
You can probably, it's not going to be stable and probably not great to traverse, but you can stand where you are, yes.
All right, he just needed to see this guy. So that was a move. And he can't spell shape now, so it's just going to be a Divine Lance. It's not as effective, but it's got the reach. It's not going to do anything with the 2. So that's his turn.
Kennick.
Kennick's finally going to go on the offensive here. He's going to try to strike at him with this Tower.
12 will miss.
He'll try a second attack, I think. Probably not going to do.
That will also miss. What's your third action going to be?
Oh, you know what it is? He's going to swap to... He's got this +1 mace. So he's going to use an interact action to swap.
Okay. It was not in its stance, so it doesn't get an action to attack you. And it is Edith's turn now. And Edith is going to start off by a vicious swing. We know that's her go-to. And with an 18 will hit for 13 points of damage, which is enough to finish the combat. We are out of initiative. We are currently split across the bridge. 3 of you are on this side are on the east bank of the bridge. Korro and all of your other survivors that you're escorting are on the west side, and the bridge has collapsed. What would you like to do?
We have rope. We can try to make a rope bridge.
Or what does the sides of the ravine here look like?
They're climbable.
Like climbing?
Yeah, it's 20 feet down. It looks modestly hard to climb. I mean, Edith had a reasonable time doing it. You suspect people who are not as strength-based would have some difficulty doing it.
Well, we got rope and we got big old rocks.
Yeah.
Or just the posts. If they're still up.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you're going to spend, it sounds like, I'm just checking one thing here. Did they give me this? No. Okay. Okay. So you're going to use some rope to rig up. It sounds like probably ways down and back up. You think that's probably safer than what you can do on the bridge itself. And with a lot of help from people to help climb down and climb back up, it will take some time to get the 13 survivors across. But you think that's still going to be faster than trying to shore up the bridge and repair it. So you spend some time here. You have ropes on each end. Maybe Edith goes back in there to help from the bottom, lifting people up and pushing people around. Kennick is helping from this side to help pull people up at the last bit. And it probably takes a good 30 minutes here to get everyone across. Korro, while that's going on, give me a perception check. Nothing. Okay. So yeah, you've spent a half hour. Everyone can be on the far side now. And what would you like to do?
Well, we're not far away from treat wounds and her immunity going off.
Yeah.
And Edith does look like she needs a heal.
Should we hang out around here or keep moving until I think she's good for treatment?
We might as well keep moving and stop on the path. It's probably not a great idea to stay somewhere where there were already undead watching.
I agree.
Yeah, I agree.
Okay, it's mid-afternoon, so you're going to keep pressing on, it sounds like. And after a half hour, you're going to stop to treat wounds as soon as you can, basically. So I'll let you do that roll now before you get anywhere else.
Okay. This is for Edith. No dice. I'm going to hero point that.
That was definitely a good hero point.
All right. And then it didn't give me the what is it? 2d8?
48 on a critical success. 12 points of healing to Edith.
All right. And he'll treat Kennick too, just to try to top him off. Jeez. Sorry, Kennick. You look fine enough.
But that's okay. I appreciate the time. Since that takes 20 minutes, I'm going to do a quick attempt to repair my shield in that first 10 minutes.
Sure. Night is, getting close to falling. You're finding yourself in a little bit of a ravine. It's not what you were expecting, and you can tell the rest of the survivors are getting a little disheartened. The bridge was supposed to be the last thing before Grayce, and you haven't found Grayce. They're looking at you. Are we lost? Did we go the wrong way? What should we be doing now?
Well, we haven't found Grayce yet, so we should keep walking. It said the bridge, not any bridge.
And yeah, and they said it was across the river. Even if that was water there, that would not have been the river. Okay, I think you're right, but it's another night. We have enough food. I guess we're okay, but do you think we're going to reach it?
We've made it through 6 years of nights. We can make it through 1 or 2 more. We have
Especially this close.
And you managed to get them to kind of keep going on. You can tell they were getting disheartened and almost wanting to just stop where they were and losing their motivation. But your words, your arguments, you keep them moving. As I said, we're going through a little bit of a ravine. It's getting darker and darker just because the shadows are deep in here. And eventually you think it is time to call it an evening again. You think the sun is getting low. You can't really see what you're going through anymore. You find a place where the ravine widens out just a little bit with enough space to put down all the bedrolls. And the group looks more exhausted. You think this journey is really wearing on them, and despite your efforts to keep them moving right now, you can tell they will not go another step tonight.
Yes, we shouldn't force it. Let's all try to get some rest. I'll go with whoever wants to forage for some food.
I'm putting you on a new map here. 1 second. Now you probably can't see anything. There you go. Now you should be able to see something. So this ravine has widened out just a little bit. They've set up some camps. People are going foraging a little bit. And, you see that there is what looks like a relatively more recently abandoned cart to the northeast. That looks like it was probably abandoned not years ago, but months ago. So yes, this ravine, it also is getting a little more green. You haven't seen this much greenery and grass in a while. Ever since crossing that bridge where the skeletons were guarding, it has felt like it's become a little more prosperous, a little more actual growth. There's less haze and kind of sickening smoke just coating the ground. It feels a little more pleasant here. And there are these weird ledges all around you. You're not quite sure what the terrain here is, but it does feel a little more welcoming.
This should brighten your spirits a little bit. We're coming to what seems like better lands.
One's not entirely destroyed.
Should we look around?
And as you are starting to look around a little bit, you hear someone approaching. You should. Wait a second. I lost. There's my token. You hear someone approaching from the south, coming out of the woods. Let me get a picture
From where we
for
came
you.
from, yes?
No,
Yeah,
from
that's
the
where
opposite direction of where you came from. You came from the north. This is coming from the south now.
Oh.
You see
Ooh.
a very well-dressed, well-armed, kind of regal-looking person. It's a green robe with some very floral embroidery on it, a very fancy bow, vivid red hair, and a grayish-green skin with piercing blue eyes. And as she walks up, what business do you have here?
We're just passing through. We'll be gone in the morning.
No one just passes through the Gravelands.
We're trying to get to Grayce. We were from the village of U.S. Hope. We've been in shelter for the last 6 years.
And why
Yes.
now did you choose to leave U.S. Hope? Did you find something?
There's less of a choice and more of being chased by undead.
Necessity. Our main source of food dried up.
Are you sure there was no other reason? You were not looters, depriving U.S. Hope of its treasures.
We all lived in U.S. Hope before the tyrant came down.
Give me perception checks, all of you. Oh, I should roll one for Edith, sorry. So, Korro and Edith, you're both watching this person, think it's some sort of border guard, seems consistent with all the legends or rumors you've heard of elves. The appearance looks about right. The clothing looks about right. You're not used to stories of elves, though, as defenders of Grayce. This feels a little off, but otherwise it looks perfect to you. Seivis, nothing here feels... You're just clueless what's going on here. And Kennick, something feels wrong to you. You're not sure what, but this feels out of place.
Kennick will say, who are you to be questioning us?
Oh, I am sorry. I am Omelia, sent by Seldrig.
Korro will be detecting magic this whole time, so...
You do notice...
Sorry, but
she
I'm not
has
familiar
stopped
with
out of
these
range of detect magic being able to tell you anything.
Would society or Kennick has heraldry lore help to recognize either of those names that she just said?
You can try. Yeah. So Omelia and Seldig. You can roll. Society, I think, would probably be better on that. Heraldry lore might work on if the embroidery
Humans.
is relevant, but if it's just embroidery, would tell you nothing.
Gotcha. Okay, here goes.
Yeah, Omelia, you've not heard of. Seldig, that name is familiar to you. You think it was a high-ranking knight of Ozum.
The religion wouldn't give me anything, would it?
You could try that.
Let's go for it.
Not enough. It's enough. Like before, you're now feeling... So like Kennick, you now think something is out of place here. You're not sure what. Yeah.
I wasn't aware that the roads had elven gods. Typically, it seems abnormal.
You said you've been there for 6 years. How would you know what is normal now?
Well, it wasn't normal 6 years ago, so...
That is
I
true.
suppose you have me there. What's changed that caused this?
What do you think has changed? Last wall fell. Hordes of undead have claimed the Graveland. All who come out are suspect. And you can give me another perception check on that. Anyone. Seivis here. You're pretty positive this person seems proud of the fact that the undead have claimed the Gravelands. There was a little bit of just jubilation in her answer there.
That's not good.
And how do you feel about the fact that last wall fell?
Oh, such a shame. But you can tell almost no roll needed there. You can tell at this point, again, there's almost a giggle or a laugh behind her answer as she's saying that.
And what's happened to Grayce?
Oh, I am sorry. Grayce has fallen as well. The undead fed, and Grayce is no more. We elves have moved in now. And again, no rolls needed. At this point, you can tell she is lying with every word she says. But please, you must have found something there. Something at Yua's Hope. Something that caused you to leave in a hurry and escort your flock across the Gravelands. What was it?
What we found was encroaching undead. Killed our only source of food.
Oh,
and
we found
had been running
something
for our
else.
lives. No, we didn't.
Would you like to see it? Korro's gonna
Yes.
step forward 5 feet.
What did you find? And there's an eagerness. There's almost a feralness in her voice now.
He'll step forward 5 more feet. It's
Yeah.
right in my pack here. Come see. And she's in range, so he's gonna hit her with a vitality lash now.
Okay, we will pause and roll initiative then, because that's what happens. No
Yep.
surprise rounds. But go ahead and roll me your initiative.
So close to that 20. Kennick got it. No, Edith got it.
Okay, so it looks like up first we have Edith. Okay, so Edith is going to do what Edith does, move close enough to get an attack off with the chainsword and do a vicious swing. But very first thing Edith has to do, as Edith gets this close, a stench just wafts over, and she needs to give a fortitude save. A stench that you have smelled before in the ghoulish shopkeepers. And Edith is now sickened by this smell. But she will lash out. Vicious swing, trying to hit this Melia. And with an 18 against AC, will miss. Unpause things. Omelia is up next. You have decided to do things the hard way. Fine. And let's see. She is going to start off by leaping away. With Swift Leap, can move half its speed and does not provoke reactions. So it's going to leap to there. Is going to... so she leaps kind of backward away from Edith, trying to get some of these rocks to help protect the various her flanks and get closer to a cliff face to get her back to something. She then stares intently at Edith, and you feel she is lining up a shot with her bow and takes one shot with the bow. Edith is now the hunted prey. Target is hunted prey, first attack on hunted prey this round, and a bow shot, which is a little too close. Volley will be in effect, but with a 27 against AC, lands a solid hit on Edith for 13 points of damage. That was her whole turn. Seivis.
First action tried. I think I need one more up here. Yeah, and I think I'll start with a needle darts instead of an electric arc this time.
21 will
Yay.
hit.
Nice.
Decent roll.
Yep. 9 points
And
of
that'll be
damage.
all three.
Arrow.
All right. Korro is, rather than jumping in front, he's going to spell shape again, Vitality Lash. Since that's what he was doing that incited all this, I'll stick with that.
27 is a success. Takes half damage, so 2 points of damage. You do know that vitality damage is hurting her. At least that much is established. Something about her now looks much more feral, and you're kind of surprised you ever thought she was an elf.
Shame. That's his turn.
Kennick.
Right. Kennick will begin with exploit vulnerability. Okay.
You're off guard until the beginning of your next turn. You're too busy sorting through everything in your pockets, trying to pick what could hurt this creature that, you got your hands a little tangled and you're just a little off your game right now.
He knows that he's fumbling around, so he's just going to stop what he's doing and just raise his shield and then try to intimidate her, I think. Yep.
A 23 intimidation is going to be a success. She is frightened 1. What was the flavor of your intimidation here?
He's going to yell at her and say, "If you've really destroyed Grayce, we will destroy you and all the undead."
She seems a little surprised. I'm going to use confused more than frightened. It's still going to be the same effect. He doesn't really understand why you think she destroyed the city and all that stuff, but it's still mechanically going to be a frightened on her. That was your turn. Edith is up next, and I would assume Edith's going to keep pressing on. Edith is always a little overconfident, I feel. So stride in. Going to do one attack with the chainsword here. The vicious swing. That does not leave any actions to raise a shield. And a 19 does not hit. Amelia is up next. And let's see. She's going to do that swift leap away again. 15-foot jump. And I think she's going to stride now. She's out of range. Stride to there. And then one more shot at Edith. Now she's out of volley range. Oh, first, before that happens, something else happens first I forgot about. The jar that Edith is carrying, it begins to pulse. Maybe you can't even see it, but you see a red mist issue forth from Edith that swirls around the four of you. So for the next minute, each of you gets, this will actually have made Edith's attack a hit, so we'll have to do this retroactively. Each of you gets a +2 status bonus to your attack and DCs and 10 HP, 10 temp HP. So let me put the 10 temp HP on people, or I'll put it on Edith, you can put it on each other. Just remember, it's +2 on attacks and DCs. Okay, so that meant Edith's a thing, she missed by 1, so that actually would have been a hit. So let me roll her damage. And so now she has stepped away and she is shooting. She has not shot yet. This does not affect your AC. All right, I think it does affect your AC is technically a difficulty class, so I think you have a +2 bonus to your AC as well. Status bonus from this. But now the shot from Amelia.
A lot.
That is a 27 against Edith. So even if I add the +2, that's still an easy hit on Edith for 10 points, which gets rid of her temp HP. But that was Amelia's turn. Seivis.
Well, if it's beneficial, I'm going to go ahead and drop a Thunderstrike.
Okay. Well, I will roll the DC. This will be 2 higher, so we need to take 2 off of this.
Yeah.
Failure by...
And she'll take the one from
the 1 piercing?
Blood Magic, yeah.
Oh no. Minimum damage almost on that? I'm sorry.
Yeah, 2 higher than Min.
Yeah, still, you hit her for 6. You have 1 action left. Lightning courses
And an
through.
Elemental Toss.
An elemental toss, okay. Lightning courses through her. It looks like she was gritting her teeth, expecting more pain, and then, again, feeling puzzled by what's going on here, both by Kennick's attempt at demoralizing and your weapons, your spells doing less than she thinks it should. And
I'm going to hero point that.
sure, I saw you had the red mist effect on. You put on naturally. Thank you.
Yep.
And that's still a miss. It was a miss that became a miss. It did not become a critical miss. That would have given the hero point back with my house rules. So nothing there.
She does still take the 1, I think.
Let's
As far as
see.
I can tell.
Either you gain or the target takes damage if the spell. That sounds right to me. So 1 more point of piercing damage. Korro.
All right, Korro is going to keep our friend Edith from going down. So 2 action. Actually, I'll just do 3 actions so I can get Kennick a little bit more too.
And what is her range from you? She is in range.
This, it looks like.
Yep.
Alright.
So she'll give the fort save, and we'll have 2 higher on this.
So I'll do the healing first.
A natural 20 from her, so she's not going to take any damage.
All right, then I will just do the healing. And it's only 3. So
3 points to Edith. I will put that on.
I'll get rid of this.
And Kennick.
And that is turn.
All right, feeling somewhat bolstered by Korro's spell, Kennick is going to move in 1 step. He's going to try and get behind her, I think.
You will need to give me the save against her bad smell.
Yeah. 4?
Right there,
it is.
yep.
Got it.
Yeah, and she didn't have any reactions to you moving around, so you can get there.
Let me add the mist.
That's not going to... It affects your DCs and your attacks. I don't think it affects your saves.
Fair enough.
But you are also sickened 1. I'll drag that on.
And then he'll attempt to attack her.
20 will hit. You don't have the extra +2 on that. That wouldn't change the degree of success, though. And was that all
That's
your
all
actions? Okay.
Yeah.
Edith is going to close in as best she can. She can get 1 stride there, and she has reach, so that's a flank for her. And she will swing away. We'll have +2 on this as well. Her frightened would have ticked down after her turn, which is...
Which should have been after my turn, though, right? Because I put it on her? Or?
Yes, I'll take that down. Thank you for that. But Edith still hit. 12 points of damage. Okay. And it is her turn yet again. What is she going to do? Well, we know what she's going to start by getting out of the flank by her swift leap. She definitely likes that ability. So leap 15 feet. Say that.
With that.
That was 20. That's 15.
Does it even trigger reactive strikes?
No. This normally it would, but this her special ability. Me actually I'll send it to chat for you can see it. The ghoul jumps up to half its speed. The movement does not trigger reactions. So it has a good way of trying to avoid these problems. And then, let's see. It will take 1 shot at Edith and then try to figure out where she needs to go to stay out of your abilities to keep hitting her. She does not like how much you're hitting her. And with a 27, that is a hit. It's not going to become anything different.
That is her 3rd 27 against Edith in a row.
Yeah.
Edith is dying 1. That exactly brought Edith to 0.
Korro, do you have Edith?
Yep, I got her.
And let's see,
Okay.
then she's going to stride over behind the group here. Looking to get the casters next. It looks like she can do 5 more feet. There we go. Seivis.
I see no reason not to do this again, honestly. Thunderstrike.
Okay. She will roll another save. I roll a 31. Your DC is not increased by the +2 there, but it'd still be a 20, so a 31 would
Yeah.
still be a critical success. So
Yeah.
the lightning just grounds around her. She kind of dances amidst the falling bolts, cackling at the...
I'm actually going to take the +2 bonus to intimidate.
Okay. And are you try to intimidate her then next?
And I am going to try to demoralize her, yeah.
What is the flavor of your attempt at demoralizing her?
I'm not great with determining these, but Seivis does have the ability to just intimidate with a glare, so
Sure.
a glare.
Okay. That is a failure. You're staring at her, and you feel like maybe if your attacks had landed better, if the lightning was hurting her, maybe she'd be more intimidated by you. As it is, she almost laughs at the just the intensity of your gaze, and it's not matching up with what you're doing. Korro.
All right, Korro is going to first move to kind of get a little bit of cover behind this rock. And then he's going to do a 2-action heal on Edith so that she can get up and out of there. 12 back to her. And that's him.
Okay. Kennick.
Kennick is going to see that Edith is okay and try and press forward. I think I can get behind her. Yeah. 2 moves to get behind her. and then a third to strike at her.
Will miss.
I'll go ahead and use a hero point on that.
Okay. 17
Still miss.
will still miss. You also have the +2, though. That makes it a 19, which, is that going to be enough? I think it's still not quite enough. No. Even with your +2, it's not enough. Okay. That was your turn. Edith needs to pick up the chainsword, needs to stand up, and has one action left. I mean, she could jump in to try to make it have to leap away. I think she would still... She can't get close enough in one action to press. I think she'll come behind the rock here for cover for the one round. Amelia is up next. And let's see. I think at this point, she will once again leap away. Only a little bit. Trying to get... Yes, well, now going to hunt prey on Korro instead, seeing that you're the healer. And we'll take one shot at Korro. And with a 17, we'll hit Korro.
Does that include my? Well, it'd still meet it.
I think it would exactly hit with the +2 on your AC.
Yep.
So 10 points of damage to Korro, as she is kind of leaping her way out of this chasm now and up onto one of these intermediate plateaus. Can't really call it a plateau, but these ledges. So she's making it a little harder to chase her down. And Seivis.
It is arguably better to be closer to her. So I'll move up and start saving these for a bit of a rainier day. And Electric Arc.
And looks like she got a little cocky. She started to think she didn't have to worry about your various lightning bolts, and this one hits her. But once again, it's just the damage is lower than she's expected.
Barely there, yeah.
So even when she gets hit, she's like, what are you doing?
Korro's also going to move up to make her have to work for it. Up next to Kennick, and he's going to use a Vitality Lash again.
And this time with that +2 to your DCs, that actually is only a success, not a critical success. So you can roll your damage on that one. You feel...
Not bad.
You kind of feel your desire to live, your desire to survive is what's being increased by this red mist. You won't give up, you won't surrender. It feels like the flavor of what's going on. Your resolution is being strengthened from the outside. Kennick.
Kennick is just going to continue to chase and strike. So 10, 15, 25, perfect. And then strike with the taller.
Nice.
That will hit.
Ooh, max damage. And then he's going to attempt a second strike, I think. Not this time.
Got a little greedy, completely missed on that next one. Edith, and get to... there with one. I'm going to say Amelia would have some cover with the way that ledge is from there. I think in this case, Edith's going to close all the way and we're going to do a non-vicious swing just to get the no cover and best chance of hitting. And a high roll. That's a critical hit.
Woo. Without the red mist bonus even.
And max damage too.
And the fight is over. She falls in a heap. I failed, Sedgwick. The mist was my undoing.
He's gonna hit another Vitality Lash just to make sure she's dead.
I don't think the mist changed any more than like one roll.
Yeah, you do one more Vitality Lash. The body doesn't move, doesn't move at all.
Just wanted to make sure. Double tap. Well, that was unsettling. He'll crouch down, start kind of looking at her bow, and if she has anything on her.
Yeah, I mean, she has a bow, she has leather armor. You can tell the bow is magic, and she does have a large stash of papers.
Korro will take the papers first.
Yeah, give me scouting lore, society, anything of that nature.
I have scribing lore.
I'll accept that. I mean, you can tell these are notes on basically the history of your party's journey across the Gravelands. Details about all the ruined structures in U.S. Hope, every combat you fought along the way, as well as some things that you didn't notice, but it seems to have notes on the various patrols of other undead in the regions, where they're going, what they were doing, notes on which ones seem to be controlled, which ones seem to be just mindless and are lurking in different areas. You think this would be highly valuable to any sort of Night Order that might still want to have information about the Gravelands.
He'll show
Does
the
it have
others.
any information on where we're heading towards?
Nothing.
Yeah, he'll show the others and go, she was watching us pretty much since we left U.S. Hope, and bit of information that might help in avoiding some undead, but I don't know how detailed it is or how up to date it is. I'll kind of pass it off to anyone else who wants to study it.
Kennick will take a look at it, and it seems to him that from these notes and the information about us, possible she was the one following us, but she came from the direction we were going, not the direction we came from.
That wouldn't have been that hard if she's sneaky enough, especially as we were setting up camp.
And also, there could have been another way. She seemed to be quite agile.
True, she could have just jumped the ravine. Is there any indication in the notes who she, I suppose it's possible she was making them for herself, but usually a scouting report is a report to someone? Is there any indication there of who she may have been reporting to?
Sedig's name shows up over and over. You can't tell if these notes are necessarily for Sedig, but you think she's trying to impress him with a job well done. And maybe that's the reason for more comprehensive notes than you'd expect. There is the group left the ruined town in a hurry. They completely explored every bit of the town before leaving. Why did they leave? They almost caught me at the town hall. I got out before they arrived. Do they have what Sedig wants? He didn't tell me what it was.
And Korro will look at Edith. I don't think we've gone through her telling the other two what she has yet, but I'll just glance at her.
And of course, with Edith not here tonight, I am not going to decide if Edith is sharing this information or not. I think Edith, though, was trying to at least give someone else the other one, right? Or is she still carrying both? Let me see.
She's carrying both now, but she asks about who wants to carry the other one.
Yeah.
So I will at least reveal a little bit of it. Why don't I even see it on Edith's inventory?
Maybe Edith put it in the stash.
Let me check that. So Edith was carrying, let's see, is it here in the stash?
I don't see it in the stash
I don't see it in the stash either. I don't know where it is. So Edith is carrying let me see, it's the lung one, I believe. You now have 2 jars among the party that look like this. They are clay canopic jars with very evil-looking demonic dragon skull caps. The jars seem to constantly bleed a little bit. So Edith has one that she was not telling a lot of people about, but I believe when you got a second one pressed on you by the priest of the castle, asking you to keep it away from the undead, that probably maybe revealed to the party. So maybe that's the only one you know about right now. Maybe you don't know about the one Edith was holding. Of course, the mist came from Edith, so maybe you'd have some questions for her. We'll save that for when she can be here, though. I don't want to go into what she could share. But there's at least the one that you took from the temple that I think people saw the priest press on Edith. So at least one of these you'd know you would have. And which one exactly had the mist come from, you don't know. And whatever it was, it seemed to help you, despite how evil looking the one jar, if we assume that you only been told about one of them, seems to do.
Do we feel any after effects that we can sense?
After a minute, it fades away. The mist fades. You feel a sense of contentment or a sense of accomplishment. You do feel like you did something good. Whether or not that's your own feelings or this feelings of whatever was granting you that power, that may be a little bit of a point of contention. It does feel like it's an outside presence making you feel good about your actions.
Would you like to go through the rolls to clear this second, or can we just...
No, outside of combat, you have enough time. You can clear the sickens on you. I'll tick that off of Edith.
I think Edith...
Also had to treat wounds, so no longer wounded.
Yeah. And can somebody carry this bow from Amelia? I cannot.
I probably can. Let me see.
Seivis can carry it.
It's probably better in your hands, Seivis.
I have 2 things that are unidentified, and I think maybe Edith has some stuff too, so when we have some downtime, we should probably work on that.
So were we were setting up camp, or did we just finish resting?
You were setting up camp. You had not rested yet.
Okay.
There. I've put the bloodstone on, and Edith should have. She's now encumbered with that. That may be why she wasn't carrying it, but she had it, so...
Korro will carry the other one of them.
I need to look up which the other one was. I forget which. Actually, let me see if I can tell if it was.
I think it was the
a
long.
great sword and a longbow.
The lung was the one you had it to start with, I believe. So I think that's the one Edith has.
I want to say heart sounds familiar to me, but I could just be making that up.
Let me check. Actually, I can check this more properly. Let me just open a different journal. Sorry about this. Didn't realize we didn't have them actually in our Castle Farine and the chapel. Heart. It was the heart. Yep. Okay. So let me put that into the stash for you, because we don't know who has it right now.
I think Kennick was going to carry it, or was going to offer to carry it if he could, but he's kind of weighed down right now.
Seems to be the problem with everyone right now. Heart, bloodstone. There we go. It's in the stash now.
Yeah, one bulk is too much for him right now.
So you're sitting around camp here. The other 13 people are, a little shocked at what just happened, and the ability for that ghoul to almost pass as an elf was definitely a little unsettling. The fact that the ghoul was saying that Grayce was destroyed has everyone on edge. I think you can convince them pretty easily, though, that she was lying. Nothing in the notes even mentions reaching Grayce. So the group kind of settles down, but is nervous.
The orcs tell us that Grayce was still standing?
They did.
Yeah, okay.
But those are orcs, so do you trust them?
I mean, we had no reason not to trust them. They took care of us. Like, they were good people, so there's no reason we shouldn't trust what they said.
In any case, we should get ready to settle down, get rest, and keep moving.
The group takes a little bit of time to settle down. They are nervous. This was maybe one of the first times that we haven't actually ever had them on the maps while you've been fighting, but this one, they were at camp. There was battle raging around them. Most of the time, you've kind of kept them a little behind you as you're scouting ahead and doing things, even with maybe the archers at the bridge. This was maybe the first time, other than the castle as well, where it feels like the battle came to them. And it's taking a fair bit of time for everyone to settle down, get to sleep, get some food. But the night passes. You can rest, you can press the buttons to wake up in the morning, and work, you can press your way on.
I assume the temp HP is gone, yeah.
Temp HP is gone after a minute, yes.
Okay. I just never got rid of it.
Just going to be looking at my spells, but we can keep moving.
So you head out from this ravine in the morning. Let me make sure. Yes, you have looted things of interest from her. So yes, you set off in the morning, and there's a long, low hill that you're going up for the first maybe hour of the day's walk. And at the crest of the hill, you see a city, a village. Probably looks like a city to you all. You see another bridge. You see the river. You think you see Grayce. You almost have to hold the group back. They want to start running. What do you want to do?
You need to approach it carefully. We don't know what state it's in.
Yeah, I'm gonna look for like a main gate.
Yep, I'm gonna put you on a new map so you can see what you see. Of course, the scale here is off. You're further away than you're gonna be on this map, but just bear with me on that. Here we are. So you're still a ways away. You'd probably, you're a mile or two away, but you see the river. You see a bridge. The bridge seems to go through a chapel type building, maybe even a cathedral type building. And the city spreads out with docks far to the north and south of that location. You see
people.
You see people.
Somewhere safe.
Appears we've made it, everyone. Kennick, do you want to maybe be the one that speaks to them? Oh, he would have also tried to tree wounds on Edith before they set out.
I assume our followers are practically rushing forward.
Unless you're stopping them, yes. Everyone at this point is now rushing forward. And as that happens, you do hear some bells ring out from the city, and you see people coming to the bridge as you're running to the bridge. Let me get a couple people on there. The scale here, as I said, is a little off. The initial welcome group, here we go, it's these three. You see, this bridge is definitely, it's not a 5-foot bridge. This scale is not, but we'll spread them out. You see these three individuals have come to kind of see who's running at their city. Behind them, as that bell's been ringing, you probably see another 15 farmers, it looks like. Some arriving with swords, some with pitchforks. Looks ready to defend the town. And let's see, who would be the first to address? Probably Restivus. A very serene, but still alert-looking man is at the front of the group here. He has a sword in hand, a shield, even though he's otherwise in what looks like priest robes. Hold. You come out of the Gravelands. Stop and state your business.
Kennick is going to
point?
make sure that his weapons are put away.
Yeah, Korro's going to be trying to calm everybody down. He's like, everyone stop, slow down. We cannot just rush a village that is stationed in a land where undead attack regularly.
And the other one of the ladies next to him, again, kind of dressed. This one does not have any weapons. She's dressed in what looks like, to most of you, kind of normal, maybe shopkeeper clothes, a nice vest, a good blouse, definitely well put together. Something about her just seems like she is used to being in control. And she looks over at the other one. That's no way to greet visitors to our town, regardless of where they come from, Restivus. And I'm sorry, but it's a group running from the Gravelands. And, they see that you stopped, you've put your weapons away, and how are you addressing them?
We are survivors of Yua's Hope. We survived in the underground tombs for about 6 years, until more recently our priest and source of food was perished. And so it forced us out of the tombs, and we heard that Grayce was perhaps one of the last bastions of hope. So we made our way here.
One of the last bastions of hope? Where would you have heard that? We like to think we are a good place, but there are still many places left. But you come out of the Graveland still. How do we know you're not carrying the taint of the Whispering Way?
Well, for one, I've never heard of it.
You could check us. Assume you have doctors or.
And they look to the third lady who is with them there. It's the one I have in the center here. Looks like probably a half-elf and an Iovian to you. She looks a little more the other two look a little worked up despite being, ready for something. She looks even more just pragmatic, more, no, I sense none of the undeath about them, though I think they have been touched by them, not necessarily turned. And she does kind of stare at both Seivis and Edith with that comment the most.
You're hard-pressed to get out of the Gravelands without being touched by the undead.
We've been fighting undead for a good week or two.
How did you survive? The 4 of you, the 13 behind you. You don't look like people who could survive for an extended journey in the Gravelands.
Wait, Garank did come with us? I thought he's the orc.
I think 12 left, yeah. So, yeah.
We had
Well, you can look at the state of us. I don't know if you could call it anything other than surviving.
good luck on our way as well, encountering a fort full of orcs who were kind and took us in.
Were they Burning Sun?
I think that was the name of them. That sounds right.
They do seem to be helpful. I still wish, and this is now Restivus. This is the male here. I still wish they hadn't taken over one of the knight's old castle.
Better than the undead.
That is true. And you see the elven lady and Restivus both seem to respond to that a little more positively. Oh, sure. I think we should introduce ourselves now. So, Signorina steps forward. Welcome. Oh, maybe not welcome yet. I'm not sure if I can say that, but I am Signorina. I am the mayor here in town. Or, more often than not, just view me as the administrator. The town seems to get by on its own without an actual mayor. And she kind of steps back. Restivus will step forward. This was the male. Restivus Salamandru, at your service. Priest of Iomade, leader of the church here in town. And then Sankovel, the elven lady. Sankovel Duranti, priestess of Pharasma, manager of the shrine, shepherd of souls, guardian of the gate. She
It's
looks
a
to
pleasure to meet all of you.
And your names, please.
My name is
Korro.
Kennick.
One at a time, please.
We're very excited to meet new people. You have no idea.
It's been so long.
We've talked to the same people for 6 years. I'm Karaveld, apprentice priest, still learning of Sanray and I suppose of Iomade as well.
I'm Seivis. I've been underground since I was a child, so.
I'm Kennick Groza of the family Groza.
And
Miss,
we'll skip
our quiet
Edith.
friend here is Edith.
She's
And
shy.
as you're doing the introductions, a fourth person runs up to the bridge. I need to change the way share her artwork. You have another human lady, a little darker skin than the rest, with very styled dark hair, a nice embroidered vest as well. It looks like vests and blouses are the main garb here, at least for the ladies in town. Tell me, did you see a black carriage in the Gravelands? It's most important. The other three of them are like, not now, Florin. And they kind of push her back, but she seems to be very curious about your journeys.
Lauren, is it? I can't say that we did see a black carriage, no.
She seems very disappointed in that. And how did her name get messed up? I wonder if they changed that at some point in the production. There we go. Okay. Yes. They kind of push Florin back, and some of the other guards who arrived kind of help pull her back. Not necessarily like she's the town crazy. You don't get that vibe, but just like she's overexcited and interfering with a cautious welcome. So she gets pushed back a little, and the three of them they turn to the 15, and there's even maybe 20 to 25 now. More and more people have been arriving as you've been here, and I think we can send you all back. Go back to your work. I think this is a false alarm. Thank you for your quick response. And then they turn to the 16 of you. Okay, come across the bridge slowly now. We can talk more without shouting across the bridge. And they come back to the town square.
We will step in.
And, as you step through the drawbridge, it does seem like this bridge could be raised, and it seems like it passes straight through the middle of a Pharasman temple. You see the spiral of Pharasma on the ground in various places. You see lots of little shrines, small rooms. Looks like some consultation chambers, maybe some medical treatment chambers. It doesn't look like a church as you know of it. But then again, the chapel you came up in was more of a cathedral of Pharasma that you surfaced in anyways. And this one looks like it's much more of a civic building than a worship building. But you do see a very large graveyard to your north right as you arrive in. You see just various points around here. And this town looks bustling. This town looks alive. You see people going about their business. You see farmers. You see merchants. There's the normal hustle and bustle of the village, and it just feels safe.
Thank you for allowing us in. It's been some time since we've been around this many people and in a situation that feels entirely safe.
Korro's gonna be cheesy and give Seivis, Edith, and Kennick a hug and just go, well, we did it. We got them here.
And
yeah.
The other
we
12,
all made it. We all made it.
The other 12 just kind of fall on the ground, sobbing. Not all of them. At least Rockville looks still ready to work, strong. Half a day's march is nothing to her. Most of the rest, now that Garang's gone, they are emotional. The quartet of singers and performers, they are on the ground. You do see a lot. Crassian already trying to grab the eye of any of the people going back to their work and gesturing for like a flask, and everyone else is just rolling their eyes and not engaging with him, but he's trying to get a drink right away. Herdau is just bawling, but you kind of expect that from her. And yeah, the group seems like they think they have reached safety, and the three towns leaders are, pulling the four of you aside saying, well, it seems like the four of you are who kept them alive. That's mighty impressive work. I don't think we have the time for a full council meeting to address the situation, but for now, welcome to Grayce. I don't know what your plans are. We can discuss that maybe after you've had a day or two to rest and relax.
Yes, if there's any work that needs to be done, treating or anything like that, I'm happy to help, just to show that we can hold our own weight. I won't speak for my friends here, but I'm happy to do some work to share the load.
Sankoval, the Pharasman priestess, is looking over. Look at them. Look how thin they are. We can't ask them to work right away. Give them a couple days. Let's feed them well. Let's see them get their strength back. Unless they have urgent tidings about the events in the Gravelands, I think all of this can wait a couple of days. And Restivus is looking over. He still looks very cautious. You feel like he may not. You can tell from kind of the the balance of power here, that it does seem like the mayor, even though she was kind of downplaying her role, it does seem like she is the largest authority here in town. But it seems like Sankovel is often the voice of the town. And it seems like Restivus is always worried about protecting people. Maybe that makes sense for the Iomedean priest, but it does seem like he is maybe tertiary among these three leaders in terms of actual power.
So, we might have information about movements of the undead in the Gravelands. Who would we talk to about that?
Do you need to talk? Yes, Restivus handles all that, and he could dispatch orders to the Knights of Last Wall if needed.
Seivis will dig through the stash for the papers from Amelia.
Yep. You hand those to him, and you each get 30 gold, 120 total. That'd probably be after a day or two after he's actually reviewed it to see its value, but I'm not going to make that be a delay. So just go ahead and add 30 gold each. I'm not going to put it in the stash. I'm just going to add it directly I'll add it to Edith's page.
Oh, okay.
You can add it yourself, 30 each, just to do it that way. He starts looking it over, and partway through reading it, he kind of just stops staring at you all and then rushes back to, let's see, where is his cathedral? Rushes right back to the church right here. This is the Church of Iomade, and it looks like he's in a hurry to start transcribing and doing something with that. The two ladies look, well, that's one way to get him off your back. I'm glad you had something that was interesting him. It is good that he keeps us safe, but sometimes he's a little too cautious.
See, we're helping already.
No such thing as being too cautious.
All right, Kennick, let's not make them uncomfortable.
Well,
Do you happen to have any sweet makers in town?
I'm sure we do. That was not the question I was expecting. Let's see, there's an tavern and inn right here. They probably have some. I'm pretty sure there's a bakery in town. Let me find it. Yes, there's a bakery right here. Dalmiria's Bakery. What else do we have as a named place? That's a barber shop. That doesn't help you. There's a general store just south of you. There's a green market around. Vintage Gear Works. That doesn't sound like one that would have it. Anything else? It feels like a bakery. Nope, Sawmill is not. I'm just checking different icons.
Korro's gonna go to the barbershop, get a haircut, so you have to do new artwork.
There's two bars. There's the bakery and the general store probably sound like the most likely that they will direct you to. But as we said, I think we should give you just a day or two. Let's see. We don't have any empty houses at the moment. I think, at least for the first night, I know it might not be the most hospitable, but if you're comfortable camping out in one of the green spaces for the first night, we can work to see who might be willing to put you up, or if you want to stay at the inn, if you have money. I know you've been on the... And Sankovel stops the mayor. I will pay for their night at the inn. They are visitors. We should be welcomed. And so, they will put the 16 of you up for at least one night here at the tavern here, the tavern and the inn.
It's very gracious of you.
The Riverbend Tavern. Here's the tavern keep. He will introduce himself as Jabrick Russian. He is another half-elf human here. He's very proud that this is the largest and oldest place of lodging and eatery in the town. He's very, very proud of that. And when he hears that, he does look at the 16 of you thinking you all look like you may not have the money to afford to stay here. And when Sankovel makes the gesture, he suddenly brightens up and is no longer looking at you at all suspiciously. So you have reached Grayce, and this is where we will stop for this week. We will be off the next 2 weeks. I have a family vacation, so no game next Friday or the Friday after that. So there will be a little bit of a gap here. As we have finished the Graveland Survivors adventure from the Claws of the Tyrant anthology, and will now be starting the Troubles in Grayce portion of the adventure. Good job surviving and making it here alive, and we will be staying level 2. Normally this is where you'd level up. I'm holding you back at level 2 for just a little while. The Troubles in Grayce adventures, there's a couple here that are better for level 2 than level 3, so we're going to still do at least one of those. So that's what's going to go on here. And congratulations, and thank you all for listening tonight. Good night, everyone.